Hello everyone. I hope that you are all staying well and staying safe. We have had some changes in our plans, just like many people. Every day we get new information and you have to adapt. And so our destination has been Annapolis, Maryland, and now the state of Maryland has been shut off to recreational boating. So we are now going to shelter in place here for a number of weeks longer than we had anticipated. So we're making the best of it, just like everybody else in the country. And I feel very fortunate because if we're going to be here, we have beautiful things to see. So how about you come with us and see some of the beautiful things that we see right outside our boat. So like everybody else, we're going to make the best of our time and focus on some projects that we can actually get done without having to go shopping too much.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. The title of today's episode is AIS. Does everybody need it? Does anybody need it? AIS is something that I've always wanted to get, and those of you who remember when we originally, for the first time, came through the lower Chesapeake Bay, we had to go across 3 major shipping lanes. And the only trouble that we had was we did get caught in the wake of a pretty big tanker. And that was a kind of disconcerting and relatively, I think, unnecessary experience. We did not have AIS at the time. The other time that I wished I had AIS was years ago, Government Cut, which is the access into Miami, into Biscayne Bay. There's also a real lot of big tanker traffic there. So it is really nice to have AIS, and there have been instances of boats, sailboats, actually crashing into tankers. A lot of people don't realize that, but it has happened, and so I decided to go ahead and get an AIS. The first thing I did was I looked for an AIS that would tie into my existing Navionics software, which is on my iPad. I have paper charts for the Chesapeake, and I wanted to have the AIS as well because it's a super busy area, and there's one part of it that's kind of like a bottleneck, and it is especially great for me to be able to have AIS so I can see what's ahead. So I found an AIS that can tie into my Navionics, and later when I get a more solid chart plotter like a Garmin or something, it also has the NMEA connection, so I can use it later as I upgrade. So that's kind of a win-win. Plus, it was not that expensive, and so I decided to get it. Put it on my credit card. The main thing, though, is it requires an antenna, and sometimes they come with a little antenna that you can mount, I guess, on the backstay. The ideal thing is to tie it into your existing VHF antenna, which in our case is on top of the mast, which is perfect. So not only did I get the AIS, but I also got the antenna splitter as well. And that enables me to tie it into this VHF antenna, which is super high up. Our mast is 48 feet, so it's probably, it's 50 feet high, which is great. So the first thing we have to do is we have to power the AIS, and we also have to power the antenna splitter. So first we have to figure out how to tie it into the existing circuit breaker panel on the DC panel. And so that was the first thing we needed to do.
So hope everybody continues to stay safe. I hope everybody's staying home and staying well. And now that they've got new announcements about wearing face masks in public, that's going to look different. But I hope everybody stays safe and stays well.